What you are looking at is Google Analytics, and I wanted to walk you through the navigational path versus doing a bunch of screenshots. So let's get started. This is the main reporting tab, and it's just going to show some general things happening. So let's look at dashboards. You can create your own dashboard, or you can go with the default. There are some shortcuts that you can create, which provides the quick access to your most commonly reviewed reports. There are intelligence events that you can set up if you're looking for something specific, such as how many times people are visiting a certain page, if people are completing forms, if people are viewing video, that sort of thing, and you can look at that from a daily, weekly, or monthly perspective. You can also look at real-time statistics, what's happening on your pages at this exact time. You can see where they're coming from. There are different sources which links they've come in from, if you've got AdWords going or if you've got social media campaigns going. You can look at the pages they're viewing, if there are any events set up, as well as conversions if you've set those up. Audience gives you a high-level profile. You can look at the overview of unique visitors, which would be anyone new to the site, how many visitors there were, how many pages they looked at, how many pages per visit they looked at, how long they stayed. And then bounce rate just looks at where they came in and out of the same page, as well as new visitors. So you can look at interests, where you can really get into age. You can define in market segments and other categories. Geo gives you any language and location, geography information. Behavior is new versus returning visitor, their frequency in the visitation, how much they engaged with the site as far as links and other activities, and looking at multimedia. You can look at their browser, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, which browsers they're using. You can look at the type of network they're coming in from. So we've got a lot of Comcast and Time Warner, WSU. You can look at their mobile statistics. You can do a high-level overview. Desktop, tablet, mobile. You can look at which devices they're using. Here we have iPad and iPhone. You can also develop some custom variables and look at visitor flow, which is sort of like a double check of whether or not that conversion path is actually happening. So you can see where they started from, their first engagement, then what did they do after that, what did they do after that. And it shows you along the path their behavior and their stats as you go down each one. Acquisition is just looking at the referral sites, whether or not they came from like your social media or a Google AdWord, or they came from some other campaign. Did they come directly to the site, basically saying, did they go directly to the URL? Did they come from social media? You can see the various channels that they came from. You can look at keywords, paid. This is your paid versus organic. So paid would be your paid AdWords campaign, organic. Here's the AdWords. You can actually set up your campaigns inside of the Google Analytics environment and really adjust, bit adjustments. You can see all of the activity and the changes that you made. You can look at your social. You can do an overview of conversions, your social impact, the network referrals, landing pages, social plugins, conversions, and I haven't defined any of these yet, so that's why they're not here. You can look at Data Hub, which is all of these different partners, your landing pages for various campaigns, social referrals, visitor flow, again, looking at that conversion path. You can also check out behavior. So behavior is a good one for looking at their page views, how much time they're spending on your site, where they're coming in, where they're coming out. You can really go down into the content, and you can look at where they're coming from, the landing pages that they've landed on. You can look at site speed, timings, user timings, site search if they spent any time in the search function, if you have that on your site. Also events in AdSense and in-page analytics, which are getting a little bit more technical. So conversions, so this is what you have to establish. You have to set up your conversions. What do you want your goals to be, and why you should set up those goals. And things like registering, confirmations, completing forms. You can attach URLs to that. You can do reverse goal paths. You can establish the goal flow and funnel. You can have some e-commerce related activities going on, as well as product performance. You're just set up e-commerce tracking if you have a donation site or if you have a sales site. Multi-channel flow, where you're really looking at things coming in from multiple channels. Again, we're getting more technical and a little bit more advanced in that way. And then the last part is attribution, which has also to do with the establishing goals. So as you set up all of these things in advance, what you're trying to do, and then you begin to start to track these things, and you can either do screenshots, you can establish new dashboards for individual campaigns, you can blank or starter dashboard. You can really identify what you want to add. You can add different widgets in here. You can add certain metrics. You can add charts and graphs, timelines, and establish a really customized report for what you're trying to give to your leadership. So a very high level overview. That was helpful.